Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Southeast Computers, repairs, upgrades, custom builds, and restorations. SoutheastComputersATL.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always, we're excited to bring to you the wonderful businesses, organizations, and nonprofits that we meet while we're out there networking, because we want to make sure that you know about them so that you can connect with them. A lot of wonderful businesses, a lot of wonderful experiences that we hear about. Remember that you can watch our shows at bizlinks.tv. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bizlinkstv. Give us your feedback. We really want to hear from you. Today, we have a wonderful guest with us, Miss Linda Williams. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, Linda has a very interesting story, a very interesting background. I'm going to read to you. This is for her words now. Linda has been homeless, a drunk, a victim of domestic violence, a drug dealer, hopeless, and helpless. Linda empowers women now through her gift as an insight and wisdom coach. That's something new that we hadn't heard, and we're excited to hear about that. She's also a facilitator, an author, and an inspirational speaker. And what she really focuses on is helping women to get from where they are to a place where they can love the life they live. And then also, Linda has written this book that you see, Your Past Has Passed. So we want to hear about that. So I'm going to dive right in because she has a lot of other experiences in her background now and where she is today, a lot of speaking opportunities, engagements that she has done. So we're going to let her share some of that. But the first thing I want to get into is a little bit of your background and how you came to the book.
Well, sometimes we find ourselves in a position where we're just lost. And that's where I was. I found myself just kind of out there and lost and had a lot of baggage in my life. We carry baggage with us,
Right.
guilt, anger,
Right.
mistakes, bad choices. And carrying all of that baggage with me, in order for me to move to the next level, I needed a way to release that. And so writing this book gave me that release. It gave me an opportunity to kind of look at some of that baggage that I was carrying and to be able to actually journal it and then use it to help other people.
That is wonderful. And then Your Past Has Passed. I love that. It's a wonderful self-help book, but tell me how it differs from other self-help books.
Well, usually self-help books, they tell you what the problem is, and they might tell you why you have the problem. But very often they don't tell you what you need to do in order to fix the problem. And that's what this book does. My book actually acts as a GPS of sorts. And so it gives you step-by-step instructions on what you need to do in order to deal with some of the issues that you have. And I think that that's important because when you're in the middle of mess, when you're in the middle of a trial, you need help sometimes just in being able to navigate your way through it.
Right. I love that. A friend of mine, he always says you can't see the picture when you're standing in the frame.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and so often you have experiences that are going on, like you mentioned, a lot of times we have baggage and we don't even really see it or realize that it's baggage, but it affects our behaviors. Now, you mentioned that you're an insight and wisdom coach. Exactly what is that, and what does that mean?
Well, to be an insight and wisdom coach, when you have insight, you're looking inside, you're looking internally at yourself. And what we have to understand is that where we are today is a direct result of choices that we made yesterday. Typically what happens is that we blame someone else for where we are. And so we take on that victim mentality. And as long as it's someone else's fault, the reason why I am where I am, then I'm looking for someone else to get me out of it. To be an inside wisdom coach, to be insightful means that we are looking inward. We're looking at ourselves. And one of the first things that we have to do in our journey toward healing is to recognize what our part is in where we are.
Okay.
And so that's what I do. I help um, women to see what did you have to do with where you are now. Because, of course, when I found myself lost and in total darkness, I blamed someone else. It was totally their fault. And it wasn't until I began to look at what my part was that I began the healing process to come out of that. And so that's what I do as an insight and wisdom coach. I help you to look into yourself and then to be able to gain wisdom from what you've learned, because I'm a firm believer that you don't make the same mistake twice.
Right.
The second time you make it, it's a choice.
I love that. Love that.
And so we must learn from
Right.
our experiences to be
I
able to
love that.
grow.
That's now, and we were talking earlier, and a lot of what you're doing now really is a true ministry for you as well. And we were sharing and saying that you can't have a testimony without having a test. Share a little bit about your testimony, where you are now, how you came out of all those negative experiences and some of those negative choices to be where you are now, to be able to share it with others.
I have a sister, and my sister has since passed with breast cancer, but my sister really pulled me out of darkness. I was in such a dark place. And sometimes we can find ourselves in a dark place and we don't know how we got there, so we can't find our way out. And that's where I was, just a total abyss. And my sister grabbed onto my hand and wouldn't let my hand go until I could see the light again for myself. And that's what I do for women now. And to be at that point does not necessarily mean that you have had to go through domestic violence or homelessness. You know, we walk around and we look really good on the outside, and we're broken pieces on the inside, because we can go through a situation that sets us off course. That can be widowhood, divorce, it can be job displacement, it can be empty nesters, a number of situations that can occur in our lives that throw us off track. And so my sister just helped me to get my bearings, to be able again to see the light and to see that there's hope, and that I did have a future and I could change where I was to be better.
Great. Now, so your book, Your Past Has Passed. Now, so when you put the book together, how are you currently using it? Because I know you said at first it was kind of cathartic to be able to write the information down, to get it out, and to move forward. How does the book help others now? How do they use the book?
The feedback that I've been getting from people that have purchased and used it is that they have been able to work through. If you look at the end of each chapter, there are worksheets. And so the worksheets help the individual to be able to use it, to guide them, to give them direction, to give clarity on the issue that they're dealing with. The book deals with guilt. It deals with anger. It deals with an unforgiving spirit. It deals with bad choices. All of those things that we have done. But then it also gives you a worksheet to be able to work through some of those things, so that you can kind of gain a little insight into where you are and what happened to get you from where you were to where you are now.
That's great. So it sounds like it's not just do it and just move forward, but actually, really going through what your experiences are and then working through that. I really like that. And now you mentioned about, we all have choices, or at least that second time you may repeat a mistake, it's more of a choice. Now, what do you say and share with those who, where it really wasn't their choice, the hurt that their experiences was at the hands of someone else, wasn't something they chose? What do you say to those folks?
Well, we have a lot of situations that happen in our lives, particularly childhood abuse.
Right.
Most definitely, they did not choose to be abused. So we don't always have a choice in our past.
Okay.
What we do have a choice is how we're going to allow our past to
Right.
impact our present.
Okay.
Your past only equals your future if you live there.
Okay.
And so we didn't have a choice on what happened to us yesterday.
Right.
But we can't change what happened yesterday either. And so somehow we've got to learn how to process through that. There are some things that happen in our lives that we can go back and we might be able to make amends.
Right.
There are some things that happen that we cannot change.
Right.
Those are the things that we've got to learn how to deal with, how to process, and how to get beyond it.
I mean, this is good information. Hopefully, this is resounding with someone out there who has had some, especially negative experiences in the past. And you said something very profound, I think, and I want to make sure that you say that again. You said your past does not equal your future unless you live there.
That's exactly right. We all have a past, we have a present, and hopefully we have a future. So if we're living today based on the choices that we made yesterday, then that means where we are tomorrow is going to be based on the choices we make today.
Okay.
If we're still living in the past, for instance, if I'm still holding on to anger because of a relationship I had in the past, then my future is going to be based on that.
Right.
And I will miss an opportunity
Yep. So true.
because I'm still living in the past. And so we've got to get past it. We've got to be able to work through that. Yeah, I made a bad choice. Yeah, I made a bad decision. But I got to process through that so that I can make a better decision. I can make better choices for tomorrow.
Right, I love that. Anyone going through any of this, we want to make sure that you reach out to Ms. Williams. Now, Ms. Williams, you are a contributing writer to it'sallaboutwomen.com, selfgrowth.com, livingbetterat50.com,
Yes.
and it's madams.com
Madam S.
as well. And then you really have a target audience. You work with women who are 40 and older. It's kind
That's
of
right.
that sweet spot
That's right.
that of individuals that you like to work with. Tell me
right.
how else you work with them. So I know you're out there speaking at groups and conferences. What else do you do?
I do workshops. I do workshops to provide sometimes just basic living skills, particularly to women that are in some kind of a transitional facility.
Okay.
Just basic living skills, parenting. Who are you? What is your purpose?
Okay.
What are your calling? What's your gifts? What are you talented? Because if we don't have a clear handle on who we are and what we have to offer,
Right.
then we never succeed.
Right.
So I help women do that. I also provide workshops for soft skills.
Okay.
Resume writing, how to dress, how to interview, how to get a job, how to keep a job, those kinds of things. So my organization, we provide a wealth of knowledge and skills to get, because what's happening a lot of times now with women who are older, 50, 60, we're at a point where we're getting ready to retire.
Right. Yeah.
But we're not finished, and we still have a lot to offer. And so I say to these women, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they're like, I don't know. I don't know. I've taken care of everybody else for all of my life. I don't know. But when we were little girls and someone said, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a nurse. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a mommy. We had an answer.
Right.
And so what I do now is I help women rediscover their passion.
Okay.
and what fulfills them so that they can live a life that they love living.
I love that. I love that because,
Yeah.
like she said you can retire, but you're not finished.
That's right.
So you want to keep going and, like I said, finding that life, discovering what it is, your true passion is
That's
going to
right.
be, and then moving forward with that. So you can already hear how Miss Williams can help you with that, help you discover that. We definitely want to know about when you're out there speaking, when there's some opportunities, but also let everyone know how they can get in touch with you now so that they can get forward and get to that life that they want to live.
They can reach me on my website, lindahwilliams.com. Very easy to remember. They can email me at linda@lindahwilliams.com. You can always reach me either one of those. Very easy to reach.
Fantastic. Now, let me ask you one other question I want to ask you. So, have you gotten to the point where your past has passed?
I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress because, and we're all a work in progress. Memories, good or bad. I can hear a song, we can hear a song, and we may not remember what we were doing when that
Right.
song came out, but we know we were having a good time. We
Right.
smile and our
Right.
head gets to shaking. Bad memories are the same way. So we all can hear a song, we can smell a fragrance, someone can say something, and it will immediately take you back to that point of anger. So it's daily, because those memories don't leave.
Right.
They're still there. But it's how you process them and how you deal with them. And so the buttons that used to be able to get me angry, those buttons, they don't work anymore. They're new buttons.
Right. Have to uncover what those are,
That's
right?
exactly right. And so it's a continual process,
Right.
but we evolve. That's
Okay.
what we were created to do, evolution. We evolve it, and we should evolve to become better and a higher person than what we were yesterday.
Okay, fantastic. Ms. Williams, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Please tell everyone again how they can get your book.
Amazon.com. It's in paperback. It's in Kindle. The title is Your Past Has Passed by Linda H. Williams.
Fantastic. Everyone, make sure that you go out and get that book and start getting some insights and see what it is. Sometimes you don't know that there's something that might be holding you back or might be baggage. So make sure you go and help uncover some of those things. Grab the book, do the exercise at the end of the chapter as well. Definitely reach out to Ms. Williams so that you can talk a little bit more and uncover and discover how that you can live that life that you want and find that passion. We thank you so much. And I also forgot, I'd like to ask before we leave too, one tidbit that you'd like to leave with our audience.
Start working on bettering yourself. We were created to live life and to live life more abundantly. Discover your new beginning. That's my motto. Always strive to discover. A new dawn brings a new beginning. And so if yesterday wasn't a good day, today can be better. Tomorrow can be even better. We just have to keep on keeping on.
I love it. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Everyone, this is Pam Alexander, your host of That's My Biz. As I always want to remind you that you can watch this episode and other on-demand shows at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bizlinkstv. Go out there, subscribe, give us some thumbs up on these episodes so that we know that you are enjoying these guests that we're bringing to you. Share your experiences, share your thoughts out there as well. Give us your comments. Also, be sure to like our page at facebook.com/bizlinkstv. BizLinks TV Network. Remember, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.